Today on September 10th, feel how the air itself is different, how your breath settles and then rises again as if it heard its name called from a bright place that your eyes cannot yet see but your spirit recognizes. God says, I set this day apart for you before you knew how to count days, and I planted a sign in it that would only open when you decided to open with it. Do not shrink back now. The door that frightened you when it was locked will be gentle when it swings toward you, because I have changed the hinge and softened the wood and written your name on the inside where doubt cannot read it. I speak into the room you are in and I say, Peace, be still, and into the past that has tried to repeat itself like an echo that refuses to fade, I say, be quiet and make room for the new sentence I am speaking. Archangel Michael says, Congratulations, because you consented to hope when hope felt heavy, because you held your breath and then dared to breathe again, because you chose mercy instead of retaliation and because you waited when you could have rushed, but you did not miss your turn. There is a weight forming in your right hand, a holy weight, not of worry but of wonder. It is the weight of the answer, the weight of provision, the weight of a key ring jingling as I place it in your palm. Do not let your own history try to interpret what I am doing, let me interpret me. This message is just for you, do not try to skip it. Do not let your mind sprint ahead of your heart, do not let fatigue translate promise into something smaller. Today, on this date, I lift the veil, and what you thought was a wall was a curtain, and what you thought was a closed account was an account waiting for your signature of courage. I have watched you count coins and count tears and count reasons to keep going when reasons seem to hide. I have watched you at midnight stretching your faith like a blanket with too many cold edges, and I did not rebuke you. I tucked the corners in and whispered, keep your lamp trimmed, keep your door unlocked to my word, keep your window open to my wind. Hear me, I am not late. I am exact. The hour hand and the minute hand answer to me, and I have arranged conversations that were never on your calendar and meetings that would have frightened you if I showed you earlier. I am God. I do not need permission to be good to you, but I invite your agreement so that joy has somewhere to land and not only circle. Archangel Michael stands in your doorway like a pillar of resolve, and he says again with a voice that shakes the rust from old hinges, Congratulations, your season of almost is converting into a season of actually. Your name is being pronounced correctly in rooms where it had been mispronounced. Your value is being assessed by eyes that can finally see. Your record is being reviewed by hands that are not jealous. The ledger I keep over your life is not written with the ink of accusation. It is written with the ink of remembrance that does not forget your quiet nobility or the yes you whispered when no one applauded. You did not throw away the small seed I gave you, you planted it even while others were laughing at your smallness. Now watch the ground answer you back. Your hand will receive a big amount, but do not measure it only in numbers, measure it in the breath you did not have to hold anymore, in the bill you paid without bargaining with your peace, in the generosity that feels like you are finally yourself. Money will arrive like rain on land that already has furrows. It will not pool and sour because your heart has learned drainage and direction. You said to me, if you bless me I will not hoard it, I will heal with it, and I wrote that vow on the inside of your ribcage and I believed you, because I shaped your heart for open-handed living long before lack tried to teach you to clench. This is why I deliver not only amounts but assignment, not only resources but reason. I will not put a crown on a head that refuses to bow, but I will adorn the head that bows gladly, and I see how you lower your thoughts when pride tries to lift them too high. So hear me plainly, before it is too late for the opportunity scheduled with your name. Open your hand, open your mouth, open the message, open your expectation. The window is not thin, it is wide, but it is timed, because timing is how I protect you from battles you do not need to fight and from harvests you are not ready to warehouse. When I say now, I am not gambling, I am guiding. I know the corridors where fear still tries to hang portraits of what went wrong. I know the voices that borrowed your tone and then whispered, "You see, nothing changes," and I am silencing them now with a decree that cannot be appealed. You believed lies because lies came dressed in familiar clothes, but truth is here in fresh garments, and truth calls you by your true name. I am not punishing you with delay. I have been seasoning your courage so it does not taste like panic. I have been watering your discernment so it does not mistake a mirage for a river. Today, let your shoulders drop, let your brow unfurl. I am not a God of riddles without answers, I am a God of mysteries that become maps when you listen. The map in your spirit is opening like a folded letter that had been stuck to itself, and the routes are not confusing, they are precise. One call, one message, one signature, one step through a door you kept wiping down thinking it would belong to someone else. It belongs to you because I say so, and my yes is the loudest sound in the atmosphere of your life. Archangel Michael says, I was sent to protect your gate while you slept through storms, and I did not allow thieves to understand your lock. I stood between you and the report that would have broken you, and I erased a sentence that was never meant to live in your file. I watched you practice gratitude even when your hands were empty, and heaven is not indifferent to gratitude. Gratitude is a magnet in a world of drifting metals, and it has pulled help toward you. Congratulations, you have not failed the test you thought you were taking. The test was not whether you could carry the world, but whether you would let God carry you. This is why today sings, why your name glows like a filament in the lamp of the morning, why your mailbox and your messages and your meetings are aligning. The amount is not random, it has arithmetic that speaks of restoration, what was withheld, what was delayed, what was subtracted without consent, what was promised but not delivered. Heaven remembers the number of nights and the number of sighs and the number of steps you took anyway. Heaven will answer with a number that speaks fluent relief. Do not be afraid of good news. You have trained yourself to brace, to flinch a little when the phone lights up, to wait for the second shoe. Today I lace your shoes with peace and you will not be waiting for anything to drop, you will be walking. When laughter returns to your mouth, do not apologize for its volume, let it echo down the halls of the house I am turning into a sanctuary. When you read the figure that appears, when you see the message that confirms, when you hear the voice that affirms, do not ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What for?" and I will answer. For the lifting of burdens, for the settling of debts, for the dignity of choosing without fear, for the sowing into places that once held you together, for the surprise you will become to those who only knew you as almost. I am not rescuing you to return you to scarcity. I am establishing you in sufficiency so that generosity is your reflex again. I am not bribing you, I am blessing you. I do not need you anxious to keep you close, I want you peaceful so you can hear me better. I decree over the pathways of your day that delays shrink, approvals move, doors open, and even where there must be process accelerates without compromising integrity. Your name will be read without a stumble, your file will be found without a search, your number will be called without the usual waiting. This is not magic, this is alignment. I have put angels in the corridors and favor in the folders and clarity in the minds of those who must decide. Where there were clogs, there will be channels. Where there were rumors, there will be reports. Where there was mislabeling, there will be precise identification. You will not be mistaken for who you used to be. You will not be charged for what you did not buy. You will not be penalized for showing up early. The hour that tried to embarrass you will bless you, and the hands that once withheld will release because they cannot do otherwise when I press their palms with obedience. And you, child, will keep your hands honest. You will not stain them with vengeance, you will not use them to count grudges, you will not close them around what is meant to move. Keep your hands open, I will fill them. Keep your heart soft, I will steady it. Keep your words clean, I will make them effective. You will speak less apology for existing and more gratitude for surviving, and then you will speak vision for living. I give you a sentence to carry today, I am ready, and I am not late. Say it under your breath when you stand up, say it when you look at what used to unsettle you, say it when you open the message, say it when you step through the door. It is a key phrase, it turns locks no one told you existed. It turns off alarms that only rang inside your chest. It turns on lights that make the path look simple again. Today on September 10th, you will feel me in the small things, the mug that warms your hands like certainty, the breeze that walks through a window as if it knew your name, the timing that stops you at a red light long enough to avoid something you never had to know about. Do not dismiss these, they are the pilot lights of larger flames. The blessing is not a spectacle only, it is a system that I am installing across your days so that you do not have to keep choosing between bread and breath. I am giving you both. I am strengthening your knees so that gratitude does not make you fall because your legs were too used to bracing. I am steadying your voice so that when you call and the answer is yes, you do not doubt your ears. I am training your eyes to accept brightness without squinting into suspicion. Trust me. I carry you, and I also counsel you. Document what arrives, respect what arrives, direct what arrives. Give each blessing an assignment and write it down. I am not sending you chaos, I am sending you capacity. Archangel Michael says, you stood at the threshold and thought the door was too tall for you. I have lowered the handle to the level of obedience. Turn it. The room ahead was not built to intimidate you. It was built to fit you at your true size. Wear your courage like a well-tailored coat. Walk like your name was invited. Smile like your harvest recognizes you. There is still a quietness in you that worries if joy can be trusted. Let me hold that worry until it dissolves. You do not need a plan for every contingency, you need fidelity to the voice that knows the way through all contingencies. When fear says you are late, answer with the clock of heaven that says you are right on time. When shame tries to rehearse your old lines, interrupt it with the new script. I am chosen for this day, and this day is chosen for me. The enemies that preferred your scarcity will misunderstand your abundance. This is not your problem to solve. Bless them and keep moving. Turn your face toward the assignment, not toward arguments. There are reconciliations I will arrange when the time is ripe. There are explanations I will never require you to give. Do not set up court where I have already passed judgment in your favor. Do not exhaust yourself proving what fruit will prove for you. When the amount arrives, when the door opens, when the name is called, when the message announces what I have been whispering, do not throw a party for doubt, throw a party for destiny. Invite peace. Invite patience, invite prudence, invite praise. I will attend, I always do. You asked me if it was safe to hope. I answer you with the safety of my character. I do not trick my children. I do not call them to a window and then close the shutters on their fingers. I do not tease with trailers to movies I will never release. When I say something, I have already provided for its fulfillment. You worry about the mountain of logistics, I move mountains by raising my hand. Your part is not to play God with your anxiety, your part is to be human with your trust. Gather your documents. Clear your space. Prepare your mind. Loosen your jaw. Drink water. Tell your body it is permitted to experience relief. It has been a long chapter, it has also been a deep one, and depth is never wasted. You will use what you learned about yourself to shepherd what I place in your hands. This message is just for you, because I am addressing the exact edges of your life, the particular corners, the very drawer where you keep the papers you do not want to look at yet. Open it. The wind of my spirit will not scatter them into chaos, it will order them. The instructions will be simple enough to remember and strong enough to change things. Make the call. Answer the call. Sign where your name is printed. Decline where peace goes quiet. Accept where peace sings. I am not writing secrets in code, I am writing clarity in love. You will feel my nearness as specific help, not vague encouragement. You will notice how often the right words arrive when your tongue is weary. You will notice how often the right faces appear when loneliness tries to practice its lines. You will notice how often the right doors open when you could not bear to knock again. Do not try to skip this. Not because I am angry, but because skipping would skip yourself. You are not a background character in the scene I wrote for you. You are not a stand-in for your own future. You are the one I called by name while it was still dark, and you are the one who heard enough to stand up. This is the standing up blessing. This is the hands open moment. This is the date that will be a paragraph you remember when you tell the story of how heaviness shifted and how the air changed and how God didn't just speak but delivered. Look at your hands now, see how they are steadying, see how they are not shaking like before. I am putting weight in them, yes, but I am also putting wisdom in them. You will touch what I give you without breaking it, you will hold it without harming it, you will spend it without spoiling it, you will share it without shrinking. Today on September 10th, let this be the announcement that silences the wrong narrators. Let this be the moment your inner child stops expecting to be overlooked. Let this be the day your future stops knocking politely and walks in. I anoint your thresholds, I bless your roofs and your floors, I sanctify the inbox and the mailbox and the hallway and the office and the bank and the table. I bless the pen you will use and the screen you will tap and the voice you will hear and the seat you will sit in. I bless the route you will take and the timing you will encounter and the patience of the people who will serve you and the favor of the ones who will decide. I bless your sleep tonight and your waking tomorrow and the river of gratitude that will run between them. I bless you with laughter that does not apologize for being loud. I bless you with tears that water the soil for the next planting. I bless you with rest that does not argue with productivity. I bless you with a circle that does not resent your rising. Archangel Michael says one more time, and he smiles because he already knows the ending. Congratulations. Your obedience has matured into opportunity. Your waiting has matured into weight in your hand. Your hope has matured into help you can feel and count and direct. Before it is too late for the window that is wide right now, open. Open your eyes, open your hands, open your door. Open this message not just with your reading but with your agreeing. Say yes. Walk through. Receive. And as you do, know this, I am not leaving after the deposit, I am staying to teach you how to live without bracing for loss. I am not leaving after the miracle, I am staying to tutor you in maintenance. I am not leaving after the applause, I am staying when the room empties and the real life begins. I am the God who finishes what I start, and I have started joy in you today. So it is written in the kindness of my will and sealed in the strength of my name. So it unfolds, not because of your perfection but because of my promise. So it rests, not on your anxiety but on my affection. Breathe. Open. Step. Receive. And keep your ear near to me as the details bloom, as the amount arrives, as the path clears, as the relief settles like sunlight on the floor. This is that day. This is your line in the ledger of goodness. This is my voice in your house. And this, child of my heart, is only the beginning of the ease I am teaching your hands to hold. Today on September 10th, God speaks directly to you with a message that carries both blessing and urgency. Archangel Michael says, "Congratulations. Your hand will receive a big amount of money if you open before it's too late. It is just for you. Don't try to skip this." This message is not ordinary. It is a divine confirmation that a miracle tied to your destiny is already moving toward your life. The blessing has been released, but the key is your willingness to open, believe, and not delay. Heaven operates in timing, and today the window is open. If you hesitate, if you doubt, if you treat this lightly, you may miss the very breakthrough that was assigned to your name. You have cried in secret, asked in prayer, and waited through long nights. Heaven has not been deaf to you. The silence you thought was rejection was only preparation. The angels have been working in realms you cannot see, shifting papers, moving names, touching hearts, and now, today, the message is delivered to your hand. It is money, yes, but not just money. It is provision, freedom, restoration, and the lifting of your head after a long season of carrying burdens that were too heavy. The hand of God is moving quickly, and Archangel Michael has been dispatched to ensure nothing delays what has been assigned to you. But there is a condition: you must not skip this moment. It is an emergency not because God is desperate, but because your destiny is aligned with timing. Heaven knows how easily you can get distracted, how often you push away the nudge, how many times you almost missed the miracle because you thought it wasn't really for you. Today, God says, this one is for you. Don't try to skip it. You may not even realize that your name has already been whispered into places of wealth. A person of influence has thought of you. A door you did not knock on is about to swing open. The amount that will come into your hand will not only surprise you but also silence those who thought your story was finished. God says, I am not done with you. I am beginning something new, and money is only the first sign. The flow of wealth is not random, it is strategic. The enemy tried to delay it through people who ignored you, through opportunities that were snatched away, through betrayals that left you questioning your worth. But Archangel Michael stood guard, waiting for the command of today. And now he says to you, open before it's too late. This means respond with faith, with gratitude, with readiness. Do not let doubt or hesitation rob you. Do not listen to the voices that tell you this isn't real. God does not waste words, and heaven does not play games with your destiny. The message is direct: your hand will touch money, and that money is marked by heaven's seal. Now the test is yours. Will you receive? Will you believe? Will you open immediately? This moment is holy, this word is alive, and this miracle is urgent. God says, this message is for you. It just for you. Don't skip. I speak to you with a voice that finds you where you are, pierces through the noise around you, and wraps itself around the deepest part of your heart. Hear me plainly and do not harden your heart to the sound of heaven. Archangel Michael stands at your door and declares, congratulations. Your hand will receive a big amount of money if you open before it's too late. It is just for you. Don't try to skip this. This is not a play of words or an echo of empty promises. It is a living word, given for you in a moment appointed, a window chosen, a clock set in motion long before you knew to look for it. The timing is precise because I am precise. The blessing is real because I am faithful. The urgency is holy because the opportunity is holy. What I am giving you now will not just alter a number on a screen, it will alter a story, your story, the one you have carried like a bundle of pages with tears smudged into the ink. I have watched the hours you could not sleep and the mornings you rose early with heaviness pressing on your chest. I have seen the calculations in your mind, the budget of worries, the arithmetic of fear. You have asked if I remember you when doors seem to close and voices tell you to give up. I remember you. I have always remembered you. When you thought my silence was rejection, it was me preparing the path, ordering footsteps that had not yet reached your street, aligning names that had not yet been spoken in rooms you have not yet entered. The blessing that now approaches has a name written on it, and the name is yours. The reason Archangel Michael speaks with urgency is because your heart has learned to postpone joy, to expect delay, to fear good news as a trick. Today I say to you, it is not a trick. The blessing is marked and sealed. Open before doubt closes the door I am holding wide. You have measured your worth against the opinions of those who could not see you, and you kept walking even when their shadows stretched across your path. I saw it. I watched you keep your hands clean when compromise would have been easier. I counted the hidden acts of integrity that were not posted or praised. I recorded your small obediences, the quiet yes.